Okay, so you found a really nice cruise that you like and a decent price, so you're ready to go for it. The price seems fair, but what is the cruise company not telling you? Huh? What other expenses? Today, we're going to look at the other costs in a cruise vacation, some actual charges you may incur. What you're about to hear may just surprise you. Hey guys, I'm Michael, and welcome to Cruise Control. If you enjoy cruising or maybe just thinking about a first cruise, hey, we invite you to subscribe and come be a part of our cruise family here at Cruise Control. All right, so you found the perfect cruise with meals and everything included. All right, let's say that your cruise package total comes to, let's say, $1,500 for you and another person together. Now you're trying to decide how much money you need to set aside to pay other things that may come up. Okay, smart. All right, let's start with getting there. Are you flying in or is this going to be a road trip? Obviously, you're going to have some expenses there accordingly, but that's not what we're talking about. Once you've arrived, let's say it's been a road trip, okay? You're going to need some place to park that vehicle for the next week or however many days you'll be on your cruise. Parking fees can be a bit expensive sometimes. The fees can be anywhere from $10 a day to $25 a day or more. So it's definitely something that you want to plan for. Now, on the other hand, if you're flying in, you're going to be looking at needing transportation either from the airport to the ship and back, or from the airport to a hotel, then to the ship and back. Either way, this can get a little costly also, whether it be by taxi or Uber or however. So for parking fees or transportation fees, I'm going to allow $150. Now, it could be more or less, of course. Just be aware of this one so you can plan for it. And of course, if you're arriving the day before, then you're probably going to need to be looking at some sort of lodging or hotel expense for the night as well. I'm not going to count this because it won't be the case for everyone. If it is the case for you, though, you'll want to be sure to allow for it in your planning. Okay, now on to the ship. And first up is going to be gratuities. Now, whether you pay them up front or at the end or however you choose, yeah, they're going to want you to take care of that. So for this cruise, I'm going to say $150. And that should be somewhere in the ballpark. Okay, next up is going to be drinks. Okay, for two people, I'm going to say $100, which is very low. Now, let me explain this. Just one alcohol drink each person per day could easily add up to this. Now, if you want to drink more, well, you may even decide to buy the drinks package. That could be $50 or more per person per day. So, yeah, that would add another, say, $500 or more to your bill right off, depending on the length of your cruise. But I'm not going to add that either because not everyone will buy the drinks package. Okay, but what if you don't drink at all? Well, I'm still going to leave that $100 there because honestly, in that week, there are still soft drinks to purchase, specialty coffees, bottled water, milkshakes, ice cream, tons of other things to purchase as well when that sun is out. So, yeah, let's keep that $100 there either way. All right, what about when the ship ports at your destinations? Most everyone wants to do at least one excursion on a cruise. You don't have to, but most people do. A fair average price through most cruise lines for an excursion would be, say, $75. Okay, that per person is going to add another $150 to your bill. Okay, and what about food or lunch while you're on the island? Most people do want to try the food. So let's say, okay, $30 to $35 for lunch. And let's say there are 3 different destinations you'll be visiting on your cruise. So lunch times 3 is going to be about another $100. Now, going to all of these wonderful places, most people are going to want some souvenir of some kind: a t shirt or a ball cap, a keychain or a coffee mug. And well, hey, you may want to take something back to a coworker or a babysitter or the mother in law, perhaps a shark's tooth. So, anyway, I'm going to say $75 per person. And again, that honestly is very low, being realistic. Okay, so what else is on the ship that could cost money over the week? Well, there is the casino, the arcade, there are bingo games also. There is specialty dining if you want a steak or something one night. There are the photographs that they take of you and are offered, plus all of the shops on board and the other things that there are to spend money on. So I'm going to say $100 each for spending money, which is honestly almost nothing at all. It's not a drop in a bucket as to what you could spend, really. Okay, so looking at our list here, guys, I honestly have been pretty modest in my estimates here. You can kind of see here that the things that I mentioned and have added come to $1,000 in this list. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to prove a point that cruising is too expensive. No, that's not it at all. I just don't want that first-time cruiser to look at the price of the cruise and think, hey, that's it, that's all there is, and then be greeted by a need for more cash. The examples I'm showing here are really just that, examples. Everyone is different in what they may spend. Some people spend very little money on a cruise, and then some people max out their credit cards completely. Basically, the point here is just to say, hey, there are some other costs other than just that price of the cruise, and hopefully give some heads up on what might be a little more realistic when you're looking at actual costs. I just don't like to see anyone taken by surprise because they didn't know. Actually, I'm sure I've forgotten at least a ton of other possibilities. If you think of something that could be an expense that I've forgotten, hey, leave a comment below. Maybe we could compile one big list or something. Okay, now, with all that being said, I would like to offer a couple of tips that maybe can help you out. If you're flying in the day before, you may want to talk to your hotel. They may offer free shuttle service to or from the port. Also, with your cruise line, they offer, most all of them offer shuttle service at a low price, a very low price, I think, to and from the airport. Now, if you're flying in the day before, that may not help you out for that, but you can do it one way when the ship returns, when you disembark to go back to the airport. So that could save you some cash there. Another thing to remember is that Uber is pretty much always cheaper than a taxi, but you'll need to have an account set up prior to that time if you don't have already. Let's see, there is Uber, there is Ride, Lyft, several different companies. Another thing is Wi-Fi for the ship. You may want to have Wi-Fi while you're on the ship, and most of the cruise lines offer different plans. Just a low plan, a medium plan, and a extravagant plan. You can talk to them about that by phone. You can look at it on the website, or once you're on the ship, you can always go to guest services and say, hey, hook me up. All right, guys. Remember to mash that subscribe button, and hey, check out our cruise gear listed in the description below. You might just find something you didn't even know existed. Guys, again, my name's Michael. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.